Okay, so the window resealing has had to be paused because of the weather. So I've still only got the one done. But now I've got to think about insulation. Basically, the conservatory, it's bitterly cold out here at the moment in the wintertime, and it's crazy warm in the summer. Which means that if I want to insulate it at all, it needs to be removable. Now, I'm not going to insulate the windows because, again, resealing those. And I've got a reflective film to go up the bulk of them to try and reduce the amount of heat that gets in here in the summer. But then that leaves these bottom panels. Now, they are fairly thick, but I'm pretty sure they're hollow. So what I need to do is I need some kind of removable insulation panel to go over those that, in the wintertime, just pop them in. And then in the summer, I can take them out, open all the windows, have a big fan in the doorway, keep this place nice and cool. So the plan, and I've spent the morning ordering parts for it, is a piece of PVC sheet that's big enough for each panel with a layer of foam that'll fit nicely in there. I've got about a 15mm gap, so the foam I've ordered is 10mm. It's cheap floor matting, so I'm doing this on a budget. I say I'm doing it on a budget. It's not been cheap. And then I was umming and ahhing about Velcro. I've got to be honest, because Velcro, it's easy. But the problem I have with Velcro is, one, it can get very dirty. And two, if you wanted to take off a piece that's that big, you'd have to bend the sheet quite a lot to get it off. So I've gone with magnets. And the basic principle is that there's a steel tape that'll run around the frame and then a piece of magnetic tape on the inside, so it'll just pop on, and then I can just lever it off and then store those. They're only going to be about 12mm thick each, but the problem is they are like 600 by 800. So the biggest individual cost for that has been the magnetic tape, because I don't want it just on the top and on the bottom. I want it around all four sides of each square. And I don't want to do them in big pieces either. So I could do it like, 1.6 metre piece and another 1.6 metre piece, but I don't want to do that. So I've done individual bits. So that means I need roughly 25 metres of this tape. It does come in a 2-pack. No, it's not 25 metres I need, it's about 30 metres. So it does come as a pack with the steel tape and the magnet. And it just means that I've had to order like 50 metres worth because, again, there will be mistakes made along the way. Like with this first window that I've resealed. I ended up, putting that much over on a couple of the bits, had to trim them down. But so still got plenty of that to do. Still got everything to do. The general idea here is, because I couldn't turn the small bedroom into a workshop, this is going to become a workshop. But it does mean I need to be able to use it all year round. The general idea being that get these insulation panels in, going to have a small workbench across to here, and then this is going to be a shelving rack for various tools and stuff. And then, obviously, sawhorses in the middle. I want to reduce the amount of stuff that I keep out here where possible. Obviously, I'm still working on the waterproofing around the windows, and I've still got to do the ceiling. But as I say, that's preventing me. It is slightly raining at the moment. I do have a new light to go in, which I believe the cable for this light comes out about there. So rather than have this god-awful conduit in, I'm just going to run it straight down the wall to around about there-ish and just have the light. It's an outdoor light just in case, because I didn't want to mess about putting an internal light in an environment like this where we could potentially get damp and stuff. So still plenty to do. Got to do every single window, but the weather's against me because it's probably not a good idea to be taking glazing apart when it's chucking it down with rain. which it has been, and we've even had snow. But yeah, I have a rough idea of what I want in here, which is as little as possible. As I say, workbench in that corner, shelving up there, and that should be it. The ladders will stay out here just because it's convenient, and then have workbenches, sawhorses and things to do the stuff that I need to get done, because, well, I've got a lot of stuff to get done. I've also decided that I have a new outlook on these things, which is what I call finish something first, because I will get partway through something and then get bored and go and do something else. So to that end, I've been saving a lot of little things, various scrapers, knives, things like that shouldn't take me long to do. So that if I'm in the middle of, say, a bike or a trike or something like that, and I get bored, which happens frequently, I can literally just take something like this, clean it up, replace the blade. That's that done. And I've got a lot of little pieces like that. All of the bucket hammers, those could all be doing with cleaning up and refreshing. I've got little bits of furniture here or there. I've got little bikes and stuff, and there's all sorts of weird and wonderful things. So the plan going forward, once I've got that area sorted out to how I want it to be, waterproofed and insulated and things, the plan going forward is to start clearing some of this stuff. Get it worked through, get it finished, get it gone. And then if I hit a stalling point, which happens frequently, like you see that big yellow box there, I've sort of been stalled on that for about a year now, if not longer. I can literally sit and just work on one of these, whether it be polishing something or just refurbishing a handle. And then we've got all sorts of things hiding in here. My R2-D2 that I scratch built, he got damaged when we moved up here, and he's been sat out in the conservatory for the last 8 years waiting to be done. So I could continue with that. I have tables, chairs, all sorts of things that I could be fixing up. The problem is I've not really ever had a workshop, and now the plan is to turn the conservatory into a workshop that I can use pretty much all year round. So yeah, we'll crack on with that. Again, waiting for the weather to change a little before I can finish resealing the windows, work on the roof. But at least while I'm waiting for that, I can get the lower panels insulated, and as I go, I can put this film on the windows as I fix them. So yeah, we're slowly getting there. There is a lot to take in and a lot to work out in my mind and a lot to do, but hopefully we'll get there. That's the aim for the future, is to just focus on clearing the decks a little bit, but that means I need to finish the things first. Anyway, that's waffled on for long enough. I'll speak to you later. Ta-da.